join me in giving some tzedakah right after shofar. And in fact, we've been blowing shofar for the whole month, since the beginning of the month of Elul. And we certainly hope that any second now we will hear the shofar of Mashiach. Tkabe shofar gadol. We're waiting to hear the sound, the big blast of the big shofar, the shofar of Mashiach. If chas v'sholem, not yet, then we will be tuning in on Rosh Hashanah, that is the second day of Rosh Hashanah, on Sunday, because Shabbat we don't sound the shofar. And we will be hearing the 130 blasts of the shofar. The Arizal has established a custom, and it's been widely accepted in all the communities, that before the sounding of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, we recite 7 times. Chapter, Psalm 47. Now there are many reasons why we say it 7 times. One of them is because in that chapter we find 7 times the name of God, Elokim. Elokim, which is the godly dimension, the godly manifestation in the creation of the world. Rosh Hashanah is all about commemorating the creation of the world, which was done by the name Elokim. As it says, Bereshis bara Elokim, in the beginning, God created, and the name of God there is used, Elokim, creating 7 days of creation. So therefore, as I said, it's one of the reasons we recite before the sounding of the shofar, which is the moment of the crowning of God as King of the universe. We recite it 7 times. Verses are so profound, so beautiful, talking about the particularity of the Jewish people. Yivchar lones nachlasenu. God has chosen us amongst the nations. We're talking about ultimately the Jewish people will be once again reunited, and all of us united in Yerushalayim, in the Beis Hamikdash, with all the nations recognizing the truth, with all the nations recognizing our particular role in the purpose of creation. So that's a very meaningful psalm for shofar. But here's a question. Who's the composer of this psalm? In fact, there are 11 psalms in the Tehillim that were composed by the Bnei Korach, the children of Korach. Who was Korach? Let us go back to the desert. At one point there was this individual Korach who was a cousin actually of Moshe and Aaron, and he created a revolution, literally rebelled against Moshe Rabbeinu. Had a huge demonstration against Moshe Rabbeinu, claiming patronage. Moshe Rabbeinu is taking all the big important roles for himself, for his brother, for his family, and I'm left out. And he claimed, I also need a position. And this caused a tremendous rift within the Jewish community. We remember that the fate of Korach, that the earth opened up, the first recorded crater. But it opened up at particularly the moment, and Korach was swallowed up alive. Him, v'chol hadasai, and his entire community of 250 followers of his. His sons originally were part of that rebellion. But at one moment, they realized how they erred. And as they were being swallowed up, they had a thought of regret. They did teshuvah. And in fact it says that although they ended up in Gehenna, purgatory, but they were high up, not suffering, so to say. And our sages tell us that there they composed these songs, which eventually was sang in the Beis Hamikdash. In fact, the descendants of Korach were great composers. They were the musicians in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, because they were Levites. But one asks the question, in general, Korach is not known as a positive figure. In fact, whenever we're talking about disputes, Korach is the symbol of it. So why on Rosh Hashanah are we invoking Korach's son? And the answer lies exactly there. They did teshuvah. And even though their teshuvah was just in thought, they were thinking of, they regretted in thought, God accepted it. And this is to teach us on Rosh Hashanah. Yes, we can all do teshuvah. We can all make commitment for better. And by doing so, we go and we sound the shofar which is that moment where we connect fully with God.